Every single week, I'm talking to someone who's moving from the Toronto area to London, Ontario. And almost all of them ask me some version of the same question. Is it actually worth it? So let me give you the honest answer, the real pros, the real cons, and what it actually costs, not the version designed to talk you into moving here. I'm Paola Forero Alvarez, a real estate broker with 7 years of experience here in London, Ontario, and I've helped a lot of GTA buyers make this exact move. Quick note before we start, if you're seriously weighing London, there is a link in the description to book a free 15-minute call. No sales, no pitch, just a real conversation about whether this move is right for your situation. Okay, let's get into it. First, the lay of the land. London sits about 2 hours west of Toronto, far enough that it's genuinely a different pace, close enough that you can still get back for a weekend or a game. And the number one reason people make the move, it's the same reason almost every time: affordability. And it's bigger than most people expect. Right now, the average London home is sitting just under $620,000, and it's actually come down a little over the past year. For what a one-bedroom condo costs in a lot of the GTA, you can often get an actual house here with a backyard in an established London neighborhood. And here's the part that genuinely surprises my Toronto buyers: the land transfer tax. In Toronto, you pay two land transfer taxes, the provincial one and a municipal one on top. That municipal layer alone can add thousands to your closing costs. London doesn't have a municipal land transfer tax. You only pay the provincial amount. Now that's real money back into your pocket on closing day. And almost nobody factors it until they're sitting across from me recalculating their whole budget in real time. Second, the healthcare and education here is stronger than people expect for a city this size. London Health Sciences Centre is one of the largest hospital complexes in Canada. St. Joseph's Healthcare is right alongside it. And there's a dedicated children's hospital. Because Western University is here, the city pulls in serious medical and academic talent. Now, I'll be straight with you. If you walk into the ER on a Saturday night, you're still looking at a long wait. But that's an Ontario healthcare reality, not just a London one. But when something serious happens, having that level of care in your own city matters more than people give it credit for. And on education, you've got strong options between Western and Fanshawe College. Third, and this one's underrated, the outdoor lifestyle. London calls itself the forest city, and honestly, I rolled my eyes at that a little before I really explored it. There are over 30 kilometers of Thames River trails. Springbank Park in Byron is one of the largest urban parks in Ontario, and it's right inside the city. Boulder Mountain is a ski hill within London city limits as well. And if you want the beach, Port Stanley on Lake Erie is 30 to 45 minutes south, and Grand Bend on Lake Huron is about 45 minutes northwest. For a city this size, that kind of access to green space and water is genuinely hard to beat. Okay, the honest cons, because no city is perfect. First, London is a smaller city, and it feels like one. If you're coming from Toronto for the restaurants, the nightlife, the constant something to do energy, you'll feel the drop. The food and the art scene is growing, and there's more than people assume, but it's not the GTA. London can feel a little quiet at first, especially for adults without young kids. Second, the job market. London has solid employers, healthcare, education, insurance, manufacturing, but it's a smaller market. If your career needs a big city ladder to climb, that's a real thing to think about. A lot of the buyers I work with handle this by working remotely or commuting for a hybrid role. Just think it through before you move, not after. Now, the part I really want you to hear, because it's where people get caught: what London actually costs. There's a myth that because homes are cheaper here, everything else is cheaper. And it's not true. Groceries, utilities, services, those are pretty comparable to most other Ontario cities. Your housing cost drops, your day-to-day doesn't change much. Here's the big one. London's property taxes are amongst the highest in Ontario relative to home value. So when you're budgeting, you can't just look at the lower purchase price. You have to look at the carrying costs. The mortgage, yes, but those property taxes every year too. It's still very often cheaper than the GTA overall. I just never want the buyer surprised after they've already moved. The lower sticker price is real, just budget for the full picture. So, who is London actually right for? If you want to own a real house instead of renting forever, if you're raising a family or planning to, if you value green space and a slower pace, and if your work travels with you or doesn't need a major city market, London is a genuinely great fit. If you need big city energy and nightlife to feel at home, or your career is tied to downtown Toronto, it's worth thinking harder about it before you commit. Quick recap: London gives you real affordability, strong healthcare and schools, and a real outdoor lifestyle. The trade offs are smaller city pace, a smaller job market, and carrying costs, especially property taxes, you need to budget for honestly. None of this is about talking you into a move or out of a move. It's about making sure that if you do it with your eyes open. If you're weighing London seriously and want to talk through your situation, the link to book a free 15-minute call is in the description. And if this was helpful, follow along. I make this for people moving to London every week. Talk soon.